It's very likely that the blindness is only temporary.
Very likely. Very likely, but it could be permanent. I mean, I could lose my sight from one stupid little fall.
Your head took quite a knock. Inside, there's a lot of swelling. Some of it could be pressing on the optic nerve.
You think that's what's causing the blindness?
It could be, in which case your eyesight will come back again once the pressure eases off.
But you can't guarantee anything, can you?
I'll have to do some more tests before I can say any more. But right now, it is very important that you don't flip out on me. I know that that's very easy for me to say, but really, it's not going to help if you jump to any premature conclusions.
Where are you going? Where?
I'm just getting the chart. I'll be right back.
I don't even know your name.
I'm Dr. Clark, Scott Clark. Mrs. Capwell.
No, call me Gina. I'm not a Capwell, not anymore. As a matter of fact, it was a Capwell that did this to me. That's well, you really outdid yourself this time, Cece.
Gina, after I do the tests, I'm going to send a nurse in here to help you with a few things. And after that, I think that you should contact a friend or a relative, someone who could afford to spend some time with you while you're going through with this. As a matter of fact, there's somebody outside. I think his name is Timmons.
No, I don't want to tell anybody. I don't want to tell him. Please.
Well, I don't understand. He seems very concerned.
No, he can't know that I'm blind. Please, don't tell him anything, Doctor. Please, I'm begging you.
Sorry, I couldn't wait. No, wait. Why didn't you tell me?
Alex, I thought we said goodnight.
I have something I want to give you, may I?
What is it?
I saved some of Elena's things over the years. Just some drawings and some compositions from school. I thought you'd like to see them. It'll show you the real person, not really what she became.
How very thoughtful of you.
Well, you've often wondered what she was like growing up. This will give you an idea. I know that she'll take good care of it.
You want me to keep them?
Pamela, you brought her into the world. I think it's only right that you have these last few memories, sure.
No, Alex, no. The truth is that neither of Elena's so-called real parents proved fit enough to bring her up. You were good enough to raise her. You with your good, kind, generous heart. That child was more yours than anybody else. These belong to you.
All right, Pamela. For the first time in your life, you're going to listen to me.
What do you think you're doing?
You stay out of this. I want you out of this town now.
And I submit, Your Honor, that the accused did assemble a shoddy and unworthy case, and had he not been distracted by upheavals in his personal life, his client, Cruz Castillo, would be a free man today. And therefore, it is with this in mind, I recommend the defendant, Mason Capwell, be convicted of legal ineptitude in the first degree. All those in favor, raise your right hand.
What are you doing?
Oh, don't you know better than to barge in the middle of an arraignment? Forgive her, Your Honor. She's not usually this way.
I might have known.
Well, Julia, you don't have to worry. I've already made it clear to the bench that you were in no way involved. Your handling of the case was faultless. The problem was me.
Thank you. Having a little guilt fest, are we?
I prefer to think of it as taking responsibility.
Bull. Bull! You are just putting the responsibility all in my lap. You know something, Mason? I am scared, and I am tired, and I feel like just as much of a failure as you do. But you go ahead. You drown your sorrows. I'll handle the appeal. I'll handle everything, because I always do. I don't have anybody to depend on when you sit there with a glass of scotch philosophizing about life. Do you honestly think that's going to help Cruz?
You say I should fight. Fine. Where are my weapons? I'm locked up in a cell. What am I going to do? Go to the prison library, check out some law books, go for my degree? I'm going to come up with some brilliant strategy nobody thought of before?
I think you should let Mason and Julia handle the legalities. What you have to fight for is inside. You have to fight to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your lawyers and let them know that. You have to believe in you and in us. You can't keep pushing away people who love you.
Baby, I don't want to push you away. But I don't want to drag you down either.
Cruz, you know I don't think that way.
Darling, I don't know if I'm going to have the strength to hold my spirits together here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I wouldn't even be able to try if you weren't with me.
What a relief to see you with your eyes open. I mean, when I came in here a few hours ago, I was worried you'd never wake up again.
Well, I have my faults, Keith, but oversleeping isn't one of them. I mean, after all, I have to be up in time to go to the stores before they're too crowded.
She's her old. When does she leave here?
Well, I'm not quite sure right now.
Oh, wait. Look, looks good. Feel good. Sound good. Come on. Don't hang around here. Come on with me. I got therapy for you. I'll take care of it.
No, it's very sweet, but we better do what Dr. Clark says.
Yes, and right now the doctor says that there's still some more tests we can do before anybody goes anywhere. So if you don't mind, Mr. Timmons.
Wait a second, what do you mean, test? You gave her 1,000,000 tests when she came in here. You told me there's nothing neurologically wrong with her.
That's true, but there are still some procedures that she has to be conscious for. I'm sorry, I can't release her.
Keith, if I have to stay, I have to stay. Just give me a kiss goodbye.
Wait a second. This doesn't... I don't understand. You said there were no problems with her. What, have you changed your mind?
Let him do his job, Keith. Just come back later after the tests are done.
How long is that going to be?
Not long.
Quite a while.
How would you know?
Well, I understood Dr. Clark said the tests were quite extensive and...
Look, Mr. Timmons, why don't you just leave me your phone number and I'll contact you?
Here. Second number's my home number. Sure there's nothing I can do for you?
No, really, sweetheart, I'll be fine.
Hey, you look good. A bit hazy, though.
It's just I have a headache.
I really should get started if I don't want to tire her out.
Take care of her.
What are we going to do when the test results come back and he wants to see them?
Look, I'm sorry I put you on the spot like that. I can't thank you enough for not saying anything.
I can't keep it up indefinitely.
Well, you're not gonna have to keep it up. I mean, you said this blindness is temporary.
I did say that it was probably temporary.
Well, then it'll be back. I'll be fine by the time Keith gets back here.
In a few hours?
Well, maybe by tomorrow morning.
Gina, I'm a doctor, not a fortune teller. Please don't ask me to make surefire predictions, okay?
I guess I'll just have to rely on positive thinking.
I'm all for positive thinking.
Maybe there's a better word for it.
What's that?
Blind faith. Oh, welcome.
Hi.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to let me stand out there all night.
I'm sorry. I dropped something. I was going to clean it up. I apologize.
Honey, housewives...
Don't call me a housewife. You're the one that's always calling me a star, right? Isn't that what you're doing?
Hey, honey, what's the matter?
I'm
Settle down.
sorry.
It's a joke.
I'm sorry. I had a bad night. You know, I'm sitting around here trying to clean up something. I'm wondering why. Why do I bother? I don't even feel like I live in this
You're
place.
shaking like a leaf. Just sit down over there. Come on, sit down.
Mel, you know, how often have you seen me like this? I bet you're wishing that you hadn't even hired me.
Oh, come on. Don't be silly. I mean, you're the one main ingredient in this whole project.
Yeah, if I could hold it together for more than 2 seconds.
Oh, come on.
Mel, you know, I always ask you this,
Wait,
but
honey, before you ask, I'd like to help, but if you want to know the truth, my supply is a little low right now, and so is my cash. I'd like to be more generous.
No problem. I understand.
Listen,
Forget I asked. I'm sorry.
I've got an idea. Now listen, if you want to buy your own, I can get some for you.
Mel, come on. I'm not that desperate,
Honey, I'm
really.
not saying that you're desperate. It's just that I know, you got a lot going on right now with the family situation, the film, and all that stuff. And if you need a little help, honey, listen, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, you know, it does. It does help a little bit. It takes the pressure off, you know?
Right. Look, are you sure you don't want your own supply? I mean, I could pick you up some and have it for you later tonight.
Oh, I don't know. How much does it cost?
Well, you want at least an ounce to last you a while. It's, what, maybe 2,400?
2,400 an ounce?
That's a lot of blows,
Well,
sweetheart.
no, I can't justify that kind of money,
Honey, look,
Mel.
you're
It's
paying for the
ridiculous.
quality here. I mean, this stuff hasn't been stepped on.
What?
It means it hasn't been cut with anything. It's pure, all right? It's worth every penny.
Yeah, well, I gotta think about it,
All right,
okay?
well, you think about it, all
I'm
right?
gonna
And you
think
get
about
back
it.
to me. All right.
God. You know what?
What?
I think what would make me feel better is just to get out of here. So if I can try to get a sitter, can we go out for a drink and maybe just go over the scene or something?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, good.
All right. All right. Listen, you line up a babysitter. I'm going to pay a visit to the little boys.
Yeah, good.
I'll be right back.
All right, do it that way. All right.
Or do you not believe that there are things we can do for Cruz in the here and now?
I suppose so, but Julie...
No buts, just list them. What are they?
Apply for bail before sentencing.
First thing in the morning. What else?
What else? What?
What else can we do for our client?
Try to find the man that my mother saw leaving the Laser Palace that night.
And then?
Julia, please, I feel like I'm taking my orals for the bar exam.
Just answer the questions, counselor.
May I have my drink back, please?
No, you may not. We are going to get work done tonight.
Julia, I've been sitting here for hours without a single idea. It's what drove me to drink.
Fine. Then we'll go someplace else. We'll go have dinner, okay? We'll have dinner and we'll work. We'll change the scene.
Only if I can pick the place.
It's just fine.
You don't talk to her like that.
This has nothing to do with you. I told you to stay out of it.
The hell I will. You don't come in here barging in here, barking orders like that. You have no right.
Not only is it my right, it is my duty to protect my family and my children from this woman.
I'm going to call the management.
Don't bother, Alex. I'm not afraid of C.C. Capwell. Not anymore.
You don't belong here, Pamela. Go find another place to settle down.
I like it here.
My God, woman, every time you turn around, history is going to be staring at you in the face. Ugly, unpleasant history. Is that what you want?
You don't understand. I don't fear the past anymore.
Well, you should. You very much should. Doors were closed to you at one time, and you and I are both as vulnerable if they happen to be open up again. Do you understand me?
Why do you always anticipate the worst?
Why don't you? Why don't you just look around you? It's already started. The damage has already started. Ever since you walked into the courtroom, there's been nothing but bitterness and dissension.
Look, C.C., if your family isn't on a very even keel, it probably wasn't very stable to begin with. Don't you blame me.
Damn it! I do blame you. And I want you gone. And I will do anything and everything I can possibly do to get you out of this town and out of my life. Do you understand?
I wouldn't push too hard if I were you, because if you force the issue, I will leave this town, and I'll take my children with me. And I don't mean just Mason and Jeffrey, but Jeffrey's lovely new bride-to-be. She loves my son very much, and I'm sure she would follow him into exile. And you'd be left with the knowledge that you had driven her away.
You know, the hard thing, the unbearable thing, really, is not being able to see the enemy. And I mean the real enemy, not Keith Timmons, but whoever actually killed Elena and let me stand trial for it. I can't figure out who hated me enough to do that to me.
No, well, they're gonna find that person. It's top priority.
But Mason and Julia didn't even have a whiff of a lead on
Well,
that.
they just didn't have enough time. The judge wouldn't grant an extension. They're still searching. They're gonna find this person.
Sure, yeah. Well, if you can still believe after all this time, I'm not gonna be the one to talk you out of it. But I gotta tell you, I just don't know how you keep it going.
It's real easy. I love you.
So
how was Cruz's state of mind? Was it any better?
Well, he wants it to be for my sake, but I think it's going to take something extraordinary to raise his spirits. That's why I called you.
Well, wait, what can I do?
Well, I thought that if I could walk, I mean, more than a few steps, I could really walk, it would make him believe that, well, that there's hope. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, if anything would work, that would be it, but...
Well, that's great. Then you'll teach me the way you did before.
Eden, I would give anything in the world if I can make that happen for you,
Then
but...
wonderful. We'll do it, right?
It didn't work before.
But you didn't remember before. Besides, I'm stronger now. I've been working on my own. All I need is a coach to help me get through all the paces. What do you say? Come on.
I say your attitude is contagious. Let's go!
Well, thank you.
Well, don't thank me yet. It hasn't worked. You still have those weights upstairs?
Yes.
Okay, now, don't give me that look. I'm gonna go check them out, see if we need to add anything to it. Hope you're ready to sweat, because I'm gonna put you through the paces.
No pain, no gain.
You're gonna regret saying that. I'm gonna have you begging for mercy. I think it's gonna work. I really believe it's gonna work.
He's down on himself about Cruz's case.
Well, don't blame yourself. What about Pamela? She's managed to put the last nail in that coffin, hasn't she?
Well, actually, that's true, Lionel. I mean, as much as I love her, Mother hasn't done much to help the cause. But you'll be happy to know that she's got my father as livid as I've ever seen him.
Well, I'm more worried, I guess, about Sophia. Is she very upset?
I'm not really sure. She just sits in her room and cries all the time. Do you think that's a bad sign?
Well, it's obvious we're not going to get any work done with you acting like an indulgent, self-obsessed wild brat.
Don't scold, Julia. Your soup's getting cold. What's the matter, Lionel? Too heavy on the paprika?
It's Victoria.
Hello, hello.
Hiya.
Mason, you remember Mel?
Oh, of course.
Julia, this is Mel Stock, my director.
Hi.
Pleased to meet you.
What a surprise. I thought you were at the office.
I was, but Julia gave me time off for bad behavior.
I'm afraid my husband has had too many pina coladas.
Hey, haven't we all from time to time, huh? Work hard, play hard. That's what we say in the movie business.
Speaking of movies, is there a retrospective of your work playing at one of the revival houses in town, Mr. Stock? I'd so like to see some of those early efforts I've heard so much about.
Well, my stuff isn't exactly historic.
Which of them would you say has the more social relevance? Lean, mean teen dancing or Valley of the Vixens?
Mason, please.
Just came in here for some soup and a few cups of coffee, but Mason seems to have gotten sidetracked.
Well, you know, you can't do anything with him when he gets like this. Mason, I'm going to take you home.
But didn't you hear, Julia? We have a lot of work to do tonight.
Not tonight. Mel, I'll see you tomorrow, please.
Sure. You want me to drive you?
No, I have Mason's car. I apologize, really.
Listen, don't worry about it. It's all right.
He's got a biting sense of humor.
Oh, I never take offense if a guy is loaded. You mind if I join you?
Actually, I was just about to leave. It's been a very long day.
Ah, well, then, how about if I give you a lift home?
That's really not necessary.
No, listen. Call me old-fashioned, but I don't believe that ladies should be out alone on the waterfront after dark, especially ladies as lovely as you are.
That's very kind, but...
No, listen, you don't understand. I've directed 16 horror flicks. I know what's lurking out there, and I don't take no for an answer.
Okay.
Good choice. Oh, wait. Ooh. You know, you've got very expressive eyes. The camera would go nuts for them. Really. I don't suppose a smart girl like you would consider a career in pictures, huh?
I can't believe that you have accomplished so much in just a few months' time.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot stronger, Mama. It's a lot of an incentive. Now that Cruz is in trouble, I mean, I want to be there for him. I want to help him.
Honey, listen to me. You resisted at first. You remember that? And then you got your determination back. Cruz will, too. He's not a quitter.
Yeah. Neither are you. At least I haven't known you to be. I hope that doesn't change.
What do you mean?
You and Daddy have been like strangers lately. You've been acting really different around each other.
Honey, you have a lot to worry about. Don't you worry about us.
What, are you kidding? I've never seen you like this before. You have something going on with you. You're trying to hide it, but...
I'm very angry with your father. Maybe angrier than I've ever been, and I'm very hurt. And I don't really know what's going to happen.
Well, please don't give up on him. Whatever it is, I don't want to. Mama, I've had fights with him. I mean, I've had terrible fights with him. You've seen me. After the fights, I thought, well, I can never feel the same way about him. But he loves us. And I know he loves you. He really does. And you told me if there's that much anger, then that means there's just as much love, right?
Like a little baby. I mean, I have to depend on somebody else for everything. I'm helpless. I'm useless.
Hey. You've been blind all of 3 hours. Give yourself a break. You'll learn what you need to know.
Sure. I hear Braille's a snap, only 2-3 years.
You already know a lot more than you realize. Here. I bet you can tell me what this is.
Stethoscope. I don't need Braille for that.
I'm just trying to show you that your other senses can recognize a lot of things that you usually depend on your eyes for. And the more you use those senses, the stronger they get. Hearing especially, they say. When the sound of someone's voice could take on a whole new dimension.
You have a very nice voice.
Well, that's not what they told me when they threw me out at the Glee Club. Tone deaf.
But you can't sing at all?
Mm-mm. That's why I became a doctor. I mean, if you can't get into show business, right?
Why did you become a doctor?
You don't want to know that. You have got to get some sleep. Come on.
Just keep on talking to me. It makes me feel safe. And right now, I need to feel safe. Well, thanks for the ride.
Oh, sure thing. Say, this is it's a nice place. You like living at the beach?
Yes, I love it.
I knew we had a lot in common. I've got a place in Malibu myself.
I'd love to invite you in, but I am really dead on my feet.
Oh, hey. You should be in my business. Half the time I'm up until 3, 4 in the a.m. revising schedules and working on scripts, yada, yada.
Yada, yada. Well, you must keep the caffeine concession moving, huh?
No, I never touch the stuff.
Oh, God, I live on it. On the days that I have to work late. How do you manage?
Well, I tell you, remember when you were a kid and you used to like to play in the snow? Well, I never grew out of it. In fact, I'd be more than happy to make it a nice white Christmas for you, too.
Oh, I get it. A white Christmas.
Sure, I only mentioned it because, you said you were tired, and, I thought maybe a little lift.
I don't do drugs, Mr. Stock.
Okay. All right, look, I didn't mean to offend you.
Do you have any children?
Yeah, I have a son. Lives with his mother.
I hope that she doesn't like to play in the snow, too. Because I don't know how someone can expend the energy that it takes to raise a child and indulge in cocaine at the same time. I know that I can't, and I know that I'm not interested. So why don't you find somebody else to play with? Good night, Mr. Stock.
Hello, Cruz.
Mr. C.
I meant to come before now.
Oh, that's cool. I've had plenty of company, and to tell you the truth, I got no appetite for conversation.
Look, What happened to you? It stinks. It never should have been allowed to occur, and I feel greatly responsible.
Really, how do you figure?
I just should have realized that Timmons was going to take this whole trial to his own conclusions, that's all. But listen to me, you wouldn't let me help you by lying on the stand for you. Now, let me help you now, will you please?
How can you help me now, Mr. C?
It was shown to me today that we have just about exhausted all legal avenues. I think maybe it's time we tried some drastic measures. You know how much connection I have, don't you? I mean, I have connections all over the world, but especially in South America. Brazil, Argentina, anywhere you want to go. Pick a country. Let me get you there in a couple of hours.
You're amazing, you know that? I mean, where the hell were you during the trial? I'll tell you where you were. You were paying off your ex-wife, trying to get her out of town. That was a big help to me. Her testimony was the only thing I had going.
Cruz, I didn't know. If I'd known at the time, do you think I would have allowed that?
You could have told Mason about the money, but no, you had to let Keith bring it up in the middle of the courtroom so that everything about Pamela appeared crooked, including her testimony. After she died on that stand, I was dead. I had to sit there like a damn fool in that room with my mouth shut.
If I could do it all over again, I would do it differently. Do you think for 1 second I wanted to hurt you? My God, you think I wanted to hurt Eden?
I don't think you think about it. You figure whatever it is, you can buy it. You can buy her out of your life. You can buy me away to some godforsaken place where I don't have a prayer or see in my home again. And I suppose you really think I'll feel good about that. Well, I don't. I want my damn freedom back. And my freedom is something you can't buy.
Well, I know it's none of my business, but then when has that ever stopped me?
I just can't stand to see you miserable.
Hey, Liz, come on now. It's not just Pamela. You can't be that afraid of her. Huh?
I'm not afraid of her. You know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid of the way Cece acts when she's around.
What do you mean?
He's lied to me. She was in town for a month. He went to see her. He gave her money. I knew there was something wrong, but he lied. For the life of me, I can't justify that behavior.
Well, how does C.C. explain that?
Oh, Lionel, please. When I catch him in the lie, then he says, oh, no, I just didn't want to upset you.
Hey, you know something? There are lies and there are lies. Yeah. I mean, one time, Augusta was away out of town, see? And Warren broke his leg in a soccer match. And Augusta called and said, how is everything? I said, everything's fine. Because if I told her what happened, she would have been on the next plane home. Of course, when she did get home and found Warren in a cast, she almost killed me.
Thank you. But it's not the same.
Yeah, I guess not.
And I'm sure you told Augusta bigger lies than that. I hate to think of the lies you had to tell her about me.
Oh, terrific. This is just what I need. What's the matter, Lionel? Don't you have a home to go to?
Oh, boy! The usual cordial greeting.
Tell me something. Is he here because he thinks you need a shoulder to cry on? You're always Johnny on the spot, aren't you?
He's my friend, and right now I think I happen to need one.
He's your friend? Well, why don't you conduct your friendship someplace else other than this house? I mean it. Get out.
Oh, would you stop this?
Get out.
It's okay. It's okay. Have you ever tried making a little less noise and kind of tuning yourself in more to what's actually going on?
I have a limit, you know. You have just pushed me to the edge of it.
He's conscious, but that's about it. Mason, Your sister's here. Mason?
Mason.
Eating.
I'm gonna go finish feeding Chips.
Okay.
Would you like a drink?
Looks to me like you've consumed enough for the both of us.
Let me guess why you're here. You've come to thank me. You're so impressed with the wonderful job I did for Cruz that your cup runneth over, and your gratitude knows no bounds.
Actually, I did come to thank you. I didn't realize you were so busy.
I'm not busy.
Oh, sure you are. Self-pity takes a lot of work, especially when you throw yourself into it the way you are.
I wanted to fix it, Eden. For you, for Cruz. I don't know when I've wanted anything so badly. And I failed.
You don't fail if you don't stop trying. I saw you, Mason. You did everything you could in the courtroom. I was proud that you were my brother.
Oh, Eden, don't make it worse
Mason,
than it is.
I need you right now. Cruz needs you right now. If you want to feel bad about the conviction, that's fine, because I do too, and so does he. But I'm not going to be selfish and drink myself into oblivion when Cruz needs me and he needs you.
I think I get your point.
Just wanted to say goodnight to you. While I still had a chance. You know, when they send you to San Quentin, I'm gonna miss our little bedtime stories. Things are gonna change for you, my friend. You know? No more peace and quiet. No more roomy cell to have all yourself. I've even arranged for you to get a regular cell while you're here waiting for sentencing. You know, get to know the guys. Know how they're missing their wives. Because you see, in San Quentin, they don't have modern conveniences. It's real cozy. They pack the guys in there, you know. They have uniforms, though. Numbers on them. I'll get you Fernando's. Of course, they have the barbers, too. So you'll be losing all your pretty dark girls, my friend.
Man, you got a little too close. Okay, didn't your mama tell you to stay away from the fire? Get too close to the fire, you might get burned. Get burned. Hey, Jack. I'll break your leg off like a... You come around here again, you'll be dead.
Now they're neck and neck. The blue car bangs into the red car. Now the red car bangs back into the blue car. Uh-oh. There's a vegetable truck up ahead. What do you think is going to happen? Would you like to venture a guess?
Oh, which car are the good guys in?
Red. No, blue. Red is the bad guys.
I bet the red car smashes right into the vegetable cart and they get squished tomatoes all over them.
Holy cow, will you look at that? The lady is psychic right down to the tomatoes.
Well, that was almost fun.
I don't know how you roped me into turning on the TV. You should be asleep by now.
Maybe I need some more medication.
What you need is to get some rest.
Well,
No. Doctor's orders. Now, you just keep quiet for a few moments, and those eyelids are going to start to droop.
Is that your medical opinion?
Excuse me. Was that silence?
Okay. I am kind of starting to feel a little drowsy. Shh. I'm sorry.
Surprise!
Keith, I was asleep. I'm sorry.
Honey, I got something to wake you up here. It's one of your favorite things. Look.
Oh, thanks. That's so sweet.
Sweet? This is sweet? Look at the label. Read it.
Why?
Why? Because I want you to know how much I spent on you.
Well, why don't you read it to me?
What's the matter with you?
Nothing, really. I'm fuzzy from all the medication.
Okay, all right. Well, forget about the ceremony. We'll have one drink and then you can go to sleep.
Oh, it's champagne.
Yeah, right. Champagne. You saw the bottle.
I was just thinking that's very nice of you to bring it.
What? I forgot. Here, wait a second. Here we go. Okay. Here. I hope these aren't for what I think they're for.
What?
Here. Take it.
What? What?
Look at me.
What? What is it, Keith?
You can't see, can you? You can't see a thing.
All right, I'm sorry. It's automatic. Every time I see you and Lionel together, I go off like a shotgun.
Automatic. That's your excuse for it. You didn't take a minute, not 1 second, to find out what was really going on.
I know. I'm not thinking clearly. I'm not handling anything well. It's every time I try to solve a problem, it blows up in my face. Every time I want to do something right, it turns wrong. I'm making more mistakes than I could count. Baby, the biggest mistake I have made is not having you by my side going through this thing. I need you.
It's too late.
Oh, come on now. Don't say that. Honey, you're my strength. I need you. I need your vision. I need your sensitivity. I need you to tell me when I'm a damn fool.
And I need your honesty.
All right, I promise you, it will never happen again. I've learned from this, I swear, and I'll always tell you what you have to know. I promise you. Come on, let's just go on then. Let's go on and forget about everything.
I don't know.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say?
I don't want any more words. What I want to know is what else is going on. And even then, I can't make any promises.
It's true, isn't it? You're blind.
Keith, please don't go crazy.
Why'd you tell me?
Because Dr. Clark said it's probably only temporary, and I didn't want to worry you.
Are you kidding me? If you can't tell me something like this, what can you tell me? You must be scared to death.
I must admit I've had a few bad moments. But I'm sure it's just a temporary situation. And I can handle being in the dark for a few days.
Listen, I'm gonna get you whatever you want. I know what I'll get you. I'm gonna get you a specialist.
No, Keith, I don't need that. Dr. Clark is very nice.
Doctor, he's a child. What could he possibly know?
Keith, look, I just can't talk about it now.
Darling, we have to talk about it.
I can't. They gave me a shot, and I'm too tired. I'm sorry.
You sleep, but we will talk about this. Tomorrow. I'll get you for this, Cowboy.
Who's there, huh? Who is that?
Oh! Hi! Is this a bad time?
Not at all. Come on in.
Oh, I saw your light on, so...
Hi. Yeah, well, we couldn't sleep, so we were having milk and cookies. You want some?
No, thank you. I went by Mason's earlier to tell him something, and I wanted to tell you the same thing.
What is that?
Well, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done.
Eden, I wish I could have done more.
Well, you will. And I am, too. We're going to do everything we can until Cruz can get home. He's right where he belongs, right? Well, would you try? I think she agrees with me.
She does.
Can I hold her? Do you mind?
She's your goddaughter. Of course you can. Ooh, fly her over.
Hi, little one. Oh, my goodness. You know, it's really hard to imagine that life can be so unfair when you see a trusting face like this.
I know.
I want to have kids with Cruz so bad.
You will. You deserve it.
He doesn't really believe in miracles anymore, Julia. But I do. Because I'm holding one in my arms, aren't I? Aren't I?
Coming up next on Donahue, they're women over 30, single and successful. Everything's going their way except love. What's stopping them from having a fulfilling relationship?